Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I've already drafted Carpenter and Mason. I'm playing a 2016 and post-2016 game. So these are all cards that are A, B, C, D, the bulbous deck and the artifacts deck and all that stuff. And we're playtesting J3, which will be the newest expansion. So I have Carpenter and Mason, which are both old cards you should recognize. Wow, resource recycler. 2 food to build a clay room. Jeez, that seems really good. Forest campaigner. That looks okay actually. 8, so what, 4-2-2 or 3-3-2, which is not that uncommon. But resource recycler seems quite strong. The timing of it is a little awkward with the other cards that I have, but seems like a nice card. So animal teacher seems pretty good. If you get a fireplace, it's like patron. Bohemian is a bunch of passive food. Food merchant, you have a bunch of extra food at the end of the game. You can buy vegetables, buy points, basically. I'm thinking Bohemian or Animal Teacher. Let's grab Animal Teacher. So, if anyone's watching live right now, can you let me know how the video quality is? It should be stronger than normal. I actually dumbed it down a lot when I used to play on Wi-Fi. I tried to stream on Wi-Fi, but I'm finding... I actually was watching a game, one of my games earlier, and I was like, oh man, the text is almost unreadable. So I want to see how... I want to get some feedback on how it looks. Truffle Searcher with Animal Teacher seems pretty good. It's a way to hold breeding animals. Yeah, let's try this. Truffle Searcher. So I want to get a cooking hearth so that I can hold boar, buy boar, hold boar, and breed them. Sheep Whisperer wants to come really early, which doesn't really go that well with Animal Teacher. I'm not sure that I'm going to plow all that much. Let's try Bean Counter. And similarly, Forest Campaigner. Hand plow. Ooh. Writing chamber. That's very interesting because it would let me ignore crops and fields and focus on animals. High sleeper. Once you have 4 rooms, your house can hold 5 people. So it's like that other card. Yeah, lots of farming cards. I'm not sure I'm going to do that much farming, but a large greenhouse seems quite good. Vegetables that I don't have to pay for. Yeah, really good. So yeah, like I was saying, this is an ABCD deck. So A, B are the 2 decks that came out with the 2016 edition, and then were expanded by the artifacts and the Bulbulcus B something expansion decks. And then I think C and D are also expansion decks that you can purchase. And then we're playtesting another expansion deck. So this is only the new cards. Anytime you can pay a vegetable to get a bonus point. If you do, place 1 food on each of the next 2 round spaces. That's pretty good, actually. So any extra vegetables from large greenhouse I could turn into bonus points. Oh wow, clay mortar actually gives stone every time you want to build stone rooms. Without actually having to pay for them. That seems really good. Newly plowed field, nah. Forest stone. I'm gonna take bookshelf. Bookshelf is gonna be good for me. I want to play a bunch of occupations, I think. Yeah, I haven't dropped any frames, so it tells me I could probably push the video quality even higher. Draft's going a little slowly, but that's not too surprising because it's a bunch of cards that people are maybe not familiar with. I guess I should have all the text available during the draft so you can read them if you so desire. So the way I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I should build a ton of clay rooms with resource recycler and then reno to stone really late. If I had a minor improvement that let me reno to stone at any time, that would be really good. But thinking build 1 room normally, build a wood room, and then resource recycle a 4th room, and then mason a 5th room, or resource recycle 2 rooms, mason a 6th, something like that. And then food early on, bead counter, and truffle searcher. We'll see. Not really sure how this is going to work out. Carpenter probably won't get played. So it's another game where I don't play my first pick occupation, which is sad. I'm just waiting here on Midlake and Mercator, probably reading through some of the minor improvements. Okay. Potter's Market. Pay 3 clay and 2 food to get 2 vegetables. Okay. Agrarian fences. Once you no longer live, 1 food on the next 6 round spaces. Sculpture. Has to be played early, a stone for 2 points. Cooking hearth. That has to be renamed. That's actually not bad if I double the food that I'm getting from a boar or a cattle, for example. But probably I'm taking paper knife. Paper knife seems pretty good. Potter's Market might come back. Potter's Market is only really useful if I have a Potter's Market is only really good if I get that vegetable card back, the one that lets me turn vegetables into bonus points. So that one was vegetable into 2 food and a point. That one was 3 clay and 2 food to 2 vegetables. So I would gain 2 food net over time, and I would have to turn 3 clay into 2 veggies, which is not bad actually. It's probably pretty good. Woodshed, you can no longer renovate. I don't think so. Tasting, nope. Gypsy's Crock, nah. Hook knife is doable. 2, 3, 4. I need to get 6 sheep. Agricultural fertilizers, nah. Work certificate. Ooh, this would get me wood and clay, primarily. Let's try that. Let's try that. So I just need a lot of actions. So I should go for the first room very hard. So that means I want to get 2 reads second action, or round 2, ideally. I want to use wood actions whenever I can. do want to get that cooking hearth. Can that cooking hearth come later though? Maybe it can. So if my first occupation is animal teacher, my second one can be bean counter, and then I don't have to play an occupation for a little while. Love for agriculture. You can sow crops in pastures covering 1 or 2 farmyard spaces. Interesting. I think I'm going to take writing chamber. Writing chamber also is like it counteracts negative, so it's like yeoman farmer plus hide farmer combined, which is actually really good on a minor improvement. Yeah. Seems pretty good. Lumen says rating chamber is so busted and nobody took it. Yeah, I imagine people probably not, like, it's new cards, so not really reading them. I considered taking it first and it came back to me, so I took large greenhouse over it. I think large greenhouse looks pretty good. Hey Lumen, how's the video quality? Can you let me know? I kind of played around with it, so if the frame rate is any worse or whatever, if there's more stutterings. Oh, beggars. Oh, I didn't even consider that. You can take beggars if you want. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Video seems fine. Good. Thank you. Okay. Forest Stone seems interesting. I think what I'm going to take is Mandolin though, because this card, I might get that, this card lets me overkill on vegetables. With a card like Writing Chamber, I want to overkill on some stuff and get better efficiency out of it. Mandolin lets me turn all those extra vegetables into bonus points. Take Cooking Hearth, I guess. Sculpture is interesting, but actually, yeah, Sculpture. Okay. Sculpture is points. I want points. I would rather play a card like Sculpture than take a 2-point grain action, for example. Because Sculpture I can play on a minor improvement and do something else, most likely. So I start third, which is fine, totally fine for me. So I would like to get a Cooking Hearth at a reasonably early time, thinking that Animal Teacher plus Truffle Searcher, I'll be able to hold a breeding pair of boar very early in the game. I don't know if Carpenter will get played. I mean, Carpenter is maybe marginally better than a 2-wood action, because it increases my played occupation count, but it does cost a food, so I don't know. We will see. Let's play 3-wood here. Mineralogist, what does this guy do? Clay or stone accumulation space, you get one or the other. Wow. Compare that to oh, what's that card where you get stone whenever you go on clay, but you have to leave us clay if you go on too early. I don't remember what he's called, but mineralogist seems quite a bit stronger. Let's make that bigger. And wood hut extender, yeah, wood hut extender, like, I feel bad because it's like quite a bit better than my carpenter, but not strictly better, but I think it's probably better. So if 2 clay comes back to me, that's fine. I don't have a, I could paper knife, but I'd rather paper knife once I've got like bookshelf and my animal combo going. So I think just day labor with this action is an okay move. And Mars got going for 1 grain instead of start play or anything else. Conjurer. He got buffed. He gives a wood in addition to the grain now. Reedstone food for me. I want to build rooms, so Reedstone food is always a good action when you want to do that. Yeah, compare Conjurer to Magician, which I played in a couple of my last videos. A wood instead of a food, which is better. A wood is better than a food, generally. Depending on the game, of course. Sometimes wood is more limited than food and vice versa, but and the fact that it's not tied to your last action as well. It's a nice improvement. Blueprint, cheaper, joinery, pottery, basket maker's workshop, and 1 stone less. Okay, not anything particularly good. I'm gonna play Forest Campaigner. Would actually go off next round, but I think I want to play Animal Teacher. Get that out of the way. Start getting a sheep every time I play an occupation. And actually I would not get a wood. I would not get a food if Midlake takes wood here, which he might do. It's possible. Reedstone food, if it comes to me. 4 clay would be good as well. 4 clay to cooking hearth. Reedstone food looks good to me. I'm in a good spot so far. I'm very happy with how this is going. So second action, maybe carpenter. So that'll be in a good spot to build a room, build the first room in round 4. It will also set me up so that I can play large greenhouse with an additional wood action, of course. Excuse me. Oh, all the clay got grabbed up. It's a little sad for me, but not terrible. Occupation came back. Carpenter. Oh, stone cutter. So Midlake is able to build the joinery, basket maker's workshop, and pottery for only the wood, clay, and reed costs. You can ignore the other costs, which is kind of nice. I'm surprised he didn't take sculpture. Sculpture with stonecutter is fantastic. Tumbrel. Get 2 food. Whenever you do a sow, you get a food for each stable you have. So it's a wood for 2 food. And then if it pays off one more time, who knows? Who cares? And then clay oven for Mercator. Makes sense. Couple wood actions. This is where if I had wood certificate, it'd be kind of nice being able to buy some of those wood. Or it's not even buy, it's just take. Just be a take. Cheapskate. This is where having cheapskate would actually be useful. I shouldn't talk so much crap about cheapskate. It's a fine card. So I'll build a room, and then second action, one of the wood grabs. Hopefully. Pretty sure Midlake's not taking wood. Marascock might, Mercator might. One of them might take fishing. There is fishing available. A lot of food though, holy. The fact that he's baked a grain already is pretty nuts. I guess there haven't been... I get Conjurer puts more food into the game for sure. Midlake building the pottery, okay, not too surprising. Probably on start player. Okay, since he's doing that, I'm gonna pass on building a room and take 4 wood. And if Marascock wants to jump ahead of me, I mean, I'm gonna have a good action with my first move in round 5. And I got a good action there as well. Oh, beautiful. Playing an occupation. Cottager. So he probably had that planned either way. So I can build a room with my second action. I probably will. I mean, fishing would be nice. There's a chance 6 wood comes to Midlake, depending on what Midlake does here. I would think Midlake probably takes fishing. He does need food. Yep. Yeah. Building the first room is nice. And feed 4. Oh, and I get a sheep from Carpenter. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. And I get to play large greenhouse with it too. Okay, so first action, definitely taking clay so that I can build the cooking hearth. Second action, family growth. And I'll play large greenhouse. And large greenhouse will go on 4, 7, 9. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. That'll work out very nicely. Very nicely indeed. So I'm rewarded. This is a very good start for me. So I will almost definitely build another wood room. I don't see any reason not to. I have Carpenter out. I want to get more actions to play more cards. Although Resource Recycler might not get played, Truffle Searcher might not get played. Well, Truffle Searcher will, but Bean Counter I could pass on. So I'm probably thinking those 3 are the 3 cards left that I'm interested in playing. The other 2, not so much. I mean, Bean Counter might be fine, but the fact that it doesn't pay off until you hit multiples of 3 is kind of annoying. What do we got going on here? Okay, Stone Oven. Lake's just playing a little slow, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Beautiful. Beautiful. Forest Stone for Maruskok. Yeah, I mean, I think it probably pays off a lot, but just the cost at the beginning seems kind of hard. Because to get max efficiency, of course, you want to play it as early as you can. I don't know. Rocky terrain. Each time you plow a field, you can also buy a stone or a food. Plow a field tiled or card. What does that even mean? Does that mean like acreage when you play acreage? That seems really weird. And then fire protection pond. Once you renovate, you get 6 food. Mid-Lake starting quite slow. First action 4 wood or 2 reed. No one else really has the time to take the reed, so I'll grab the wood. Hopefully it'll become 3 reed and I can grab it next round. Or I'll take it later. Yeah, what are my 3 actions here? Probably cooking hearth and then an occupation maybe? Cooking hearth and then occupation. Forest campaigner maybe? No one has a fireplace yet, eh? I wonder if Midlake will build one. Build the 2 clay fireplace and then take sheep next round. Might. He might. Locator plowing a field, okay. Alright, Midlake, what you gonna do? Took 2 read, okay, that's fine. Cooking hearth and other action. 3 wood. What will Midlake do? Midlake, he might not have to start player, so I don't want to pass him 6 wood. I'll take 3 wood. I'll first action 4 sheep. Play that safe. Oh, feels bad. No minor. Always feels bad. Especially on your first, yeah, you know what? That means you didn't draft well. On your first family growth, if you don't have a minor to play, means you've drafted poorly. Or your game didn't go according to plan. And if your game didn't go according to plan, it might mean you drafted poorly. Like, usually once I get to like my 5th, like if I'm doing my 2nd family growth in a row, like I'm going to 4 and 5, and I don't have one on the 5th one, it's not a big deal. But to not have one right at the beginning, minors have nice effects. You should want to play them. So I am thinking that if I sow vegetables, I get more vegetables. Crazy concept, I know. But I could do something pretty silly with mandolin. Like just get a ridiculous amount of vegetables. And it says at any time, so I mean I can do it after the field phase of round 14. The only thing is I don't have a plow, which makes my plow actions a little less efficient, but I could do something like that. And I could use a writing chamber to ignore negatives for unused spaces and grain. And then fence really tightly, have nice fencing, something like that. I think I'll probably start player paper knife here. Not with this action, but with my next one. plow a field? Sure. And then I'll last action start player paper knife to take 2 reed with my first move, so I can build another room. MFT I random number 2. I will buy a boar for 1 food and eat a sheep. Paper knife goes to the board. And feed 6. So my forest campaigner is immediately going to give me a food back. Oh, does animal teacher not work with paper knife? Oh, that's true. So I get my sheep back and subtract 1 food. So no matter what I do, I get a food from my forest person. Boar came out, which makes me very happy. Plus F. So as long as those wood actions get untaken, I gain stuff every time I do actions. Paper knife here for Marskok. I wonder if it's on start player or if it's on family growth. He doesn't need to oh, he's jumping mid-lake, right. That's who he's jumping. Right. I didn't realize I was in, letting that happen. Lieutenant General. So on family growth, I have the option of bookshelf or work certificate. I actually want to get both of them out as soon as possible. Work certificate is going to let me steal clay off the clay space and occasionally wood. Oh, Mercator is Is he renovating or is this start player? Probably reno, I would think, because he wants to get his reno out. Heresy teacher. Yeah, this is that card is actually pretty good at the end of the game. Like you set up so that you have 3 grain fields, and then you play an occupation, and then you get 3 vegetables, which is a 4-point action, which is pretty good. Start player for mid-lake, yeah, definitely. So that means I get another wood from my, or food from my card. Yeah, there's no way it comes back again, right? So plus food, or is it each time after? Each time before. Good. F. Yeah, this game is going quite well. I have a large amount of food. I have, or a large amount of wood. My food income is very nice with cooking hearth and a large greenhouse. Yeah, I'm in a really good spot to have a nice high scoring game. The key will be, what will the key be? Making sure that I get all my stuff in at the end, like that I don't get blocked out of getting to a stone house, for example. Mid-lake building the well, probably on, oh, on major minor, yeah, okay. So he's got a bunch of majors. I wonder if he took, there was a card that interacted with majors. Build a room, and then if Maroskok doesn't yeah, I don't need to build any stables, I don't think. I have more wood miners to play, so yeah, so if Maroskok doesn't take 3 wood, then mid-lake is going to pass me 6 wood. And I get another food from my forest campaigner. Yep. Mid-lake might, though. Mid-lake might take 3 wood. Or Mercator, sorry, not mid-lake. I think work certificate pays off right away. Each time after you use an action space. So when I'm done using the minor improvement, it's after I've used an action space. So I'm pretty sure that works. Small potter's oven. Return a clay or stone oven. You immediately get 5 food. Each time before you get a bake bread action, you can build a major improvement. Not for free though, but that's very interesting. Very interesting card. I get a food thanks to my forest person. Skok start player hand plow, I'm sure. Probably looking at building another room and growing again. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, and he gets his hand plow in just in time. So my last 2 actions, maybe occupation and then 2 boar. Or you know what? I don't even need to play truffle searcher anymore. I can just fence 15. Or fence 12. Yeah, I'll probably do that. And then take boar. I could also fence 13 as an option. I could still play Truffle Searcher, even though I'm fencing 12 here. It's still an option. And then that replaces my need for stables to hold extra animals. They're talking about Lieutenant General. Yeah, Skok's in a good spot. Although he doesn't have any wood. Now, wood has been pretty plentiful in this game, admittedly. But it is something you need. Feed 6. And my boar breed. And I still have the option of taking 3 sheep with my first action next round. Like, yeah, crazy, crazy good. Crazy good. I might not need writing chamber. Cater plays small trader. Each time you take a major or minor to play an improvement from your hand. So every time you go on major minor and play a minor, you get 3 food. There are other cards that are like that, where it's like if you go on major minor and play a minor, you get stuff. I guess it's a way of encouraging people not to just go on start player. Yeah, and those sheep are going to come back to me, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Although 6 clay would be good for me as well. Oh hey, Heresy Teacher actually got used. That's fun. Very fun. Hutch. What does this guy do? 0, 1, 2, 3 food in this order. Oh, that's quite good. Well, 6 food for a wood and a reed. And it doesn't pay off until 2 rounds from now. It gives you a point. If it didn't give you a point, I would say it's bad. But it gives you a point, so it's probably pretty good. Yeah. And wood into 3 food is good. Yeah. And a point. Yeah. Pretty good overall. Do I have to take the sheep here? Like, is someone else going to take them just to make them run away? Just to block me? I don't see any way of holding them. So yeah. Yeah, maybe I don't have to take sheep here. Oh, mid-lake takes wood. Okay, fine. I don't really care. Thing is, I don't really have that much I want to do in this round. Like, I want to get back onto, I'll take the reed here. I need 2 reed to reno to a stone house. And it also makes sure that Mercator can't take the reed and then build room to grow ahead of me. I don't want that to happen. So I would really like to get 4 clay next round. The problem is if I don't get 4 clay next round, then I need to take clay and then reno in round 12, because I'm also going to need to reno in round 13 or 14 to get to stone. And I definitely want to get to stone, so... Lumber mill 2. Each improvement costs you 1 wood less. 2 stone for 2 points. Interesting. How does it compare to something like 5 rings? I don't know, hard to judge. Grab the sheep here. And then last action maybe plow. Although Mariskak probably will plow, so I'll take I don't know what I'll do actually. Do I want to breed cattle here? Do I have enough food is the question. If I eat all my sheep. If I don't breed sheep, I can breed cattle instead. Because I could play Occupation Truffle Searcher here, and then next round play Occupation Mason. That's an option. But if plow comes back to me, I'll take plow. I guess what I'm thinking of is you pick up the stack and drop the bottom one, but probably you actually take off the top. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Thinking about how heresy works. So you can't play like 4 occupations in a row and keep putting grain or vegetables on there and leave your grain just for points. Oh, Mercator plowed a field. Okay, sure. Thought Maruskok might like to. Usually take the most accessible, which is the top one. Yeah, that makes sense. Excuse me, sorry. You know who needs rating chamber is Midlake. Midlake has a ton of non-board points. He has all those improvement points. He really needs a card like Rating Chamber. Probably Maruskok too, although Maruskok less so. He's not been that much slower than Mercator, to be fair. Although they're all slower than me by... Maruskok and I are close, but the rest are a couple seconds slower. Every turn, which adds up. At 1 wood, yep. Okay, continue. Should have done it on Reno. Don't really get what he's doing. I don't understand it. But that's okay. Occupation? Need a sheep to pay for it and then buy a cattle. I guess it comes before I get my bookshelf out, which is a little sad. But whatever. I could have taken grain, I suppose, but I'm really not interested in grain at all. I'd rather take more vegetables, because vegetables are going to convert into points at a better rate. Assuming that I play Rating Chamber, which I think I will. So I'm going to family growth in this turn. Oh, 3 clay got taken. Oh, that's irritating. Very irritating. Still no one can hold animals other than me. Oh, what are these guys doing? It's crazy. It's crazy. Potter's Market. Okay, he's sitting on the start player space. 3 clay and 2 food. Well, that's really good for me. Thank you for sitting on that space, but I'll eat a boar. Marskok playing Cultivator. For each new field tile, you get a wood and a food. So we should block Marskok out of field as much as we can, because he gets a bunch of stuff when he plows. You know what he really needs? He needs Field Warden. He needs unblockable plows. Yeah, with how much Reed has been used in this game, Marskok's card is just such good value. But you know what? I'm going to end up with a 5-room stone house. Well, I'm planning to end with a 5-room stone house. If I don't, I will have failed somewhat. But I mean, I only need a 2 stone action and then a you could build stone oven on other things. What are you doing? Anyways, not important. Plow, and I get a food thanks to forest person. So next round, round 12, I'm hoping to take clay and Reno as well. And I can Reno bookshelf or Reno mandolin. So what are my first 2 actions going to be? I don't need wood anymore. 2 cattle would be pretty good. Plow. I mean, if plow sow comes to me, yes, I'll plow sow for sure. I don't really understand what Midlake is doing. He's just going to end the game with no points, which is unfortunate. What did he do? He took stone? Yeah. Doesn't seem to be particularly good. I could breed cattle here. Breeding cattle is nice. Or I can breed sheep. Breed sheep is fine. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. For food. Oh. I still get to breed sheep. The nice thing about work certificate, it lets me steal resources from my opponents while not having to take those actions. So I can steal Maruskak's wood grabs without having to actually do a wood grab myself. Because it looks like one of those wood spaces are going to accumulate up to 4, and then work certificate will be able to be used. What is it? It's plow sow. He might pass plow sow to me. If he does, I'll be very happy to plow sow. Okay, he didn't. That's fine. So I get a food and a wood. Two cattle, very nice. And I'm gonna have a bunch of wood that if I don't want to play my miners, I can turn into points with stables by going on build room. I wonder if Midlake will take that 4 clay. If he does, then I need to build a room. I'll build a 5th room. Okay, I get another action. Oh, Midlake did take the clay. Well, that makes me a little sad, especially because I could have snagged one, but it's not the biggest deal. I'll take start player and play, what will I play? Bookshelf, I guess? So wood for a point, which is a fine conversion. And I get a food from my wood guy. That'll make it really difficult for me to get to a stone house. This clay, there's no clay in the game. Where has it all gone? Okay, sorry, I'm distracted by my phone, getting messages and stuff. So I played bookshelf, wood carrier, 1 wood for each improvement in front of you. Oh, very nice. Well, that's nice for mid-lake. I'm gonna take another vegetable because I'm gonna do plow sow, and I want to just max out the number of vegetables I have totally. I don't need family growth because what I'm going to do is I'm going to build another. I'm going to take wood, build a room, and then take wood, build a room, maybe a stable or two, and then do family growth, writing chamber, or mandolin. One of those are both fine. Oh, this is handy for Mercator. Gets to family growth twice in a row. So yeah, I'm eyeing the family growth action in round 14. And then this move, take sheep. I don't really want to take wood. I could take grain. Grain is points, but it's only a 1-point move, which is kind of sad. I could take 2 sheep. 2 sheep is 4 food, and I might need the food, so let's do that. I wouldn't mind taking, I guess I could have taken 3 wood, but what I'm kind of looking at is if Maruskak takes 3 wood but leaves the 2 wood. Yeah, if I had taken 3 wood, he might have taken 2 wood, but this way I can steal a wood plus my food gets triggered, my food miner or occupation. I'm gonna plow, so I get a food and I steal a wood. So I get a food and I steal a wood as well. So yeah, so a 3 wood action would be good for me because I do want to play mandolin and writing chamber. But I also want a stable soon because I need to make room. So I have room for all my boar here. I can breed 1 more cattle. For 1 more sheep, I need more space. So actually I'm in a fine spot. I'm in a totally fine spot. Maybe I eat all my vegetables. If I eat all my vegetables, or like eat my excess vegetables, that's fine. Then I don't need to play mandolin. I would like to be in a place though where I can reno next round. Renovating will be worth a nice amount of points. So there'll be 2 4 clay actions, so I can use one of them and then steal a clay from the other one, theoretically. Mercator, start player, Gypsy's Croc. It's 1 clay instead of 2 clay now. Mid-Lake will family growth, or he should family growth at least. Yeah, family growth. So I'll grab 3 wood. Yeah, so my occupations have been a letdown. Animal guy is only going to have been 1 sheep and 2 food for a cattle, which is not a particularly good action. Um, and I mean, carpenter's going to have been fine, but the fact that I'm not getting to do my mason is really not good. So I assume Midlake must have Braggart, because he did pass me Mason, and I haven't seen anything that I would pick over Mason, so I assume he took Braggart with his first move. Room, and 1, 2 stables, 3, 2, 2, leaving me, no, I need to leave myself with a wood for mandolin. So a room and 1 stable. Damba says watch it. We'll play Chamberlain and jump from plow sow to family growth with for a 62-point win. That was yesterday. So obviously Damba enjoyed that. Oh, he was in the game, of course. That's right. So last action might be take cattle. Oh, you know what? I could play mandolin. If I'm not going to get a plow sow action, then I can play mandolin here. But you know what? The vegetables don't pay off until later. So I would be giving up 2 food each time for 1 point, which is an okay conversion. 2 food for a point is fine. There are no more majors, right? Other than the 2 fireplaces? Yeah, they're all gone. Midlake plays Potato Harvester. So that is the 3rd card I did not see, so he does not have Braggart. You receive 3 food for each vegetable you get an additional food. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't have a reed anymore to reno with. Oh, that hurts. Take a cattle. So I harvest. I can feed. I need to feed 8 food in total. I want to breed as much as I can. So maybe I feed a vegetable, another 5. So a vegetable and a sheep, and breed like that. And that. 3 food, vegetable, sheep. Oh, Marskak doing his day labor reno. Ooh. Ooh. So it's possible. It's still possible for me to get to stone. It would require all of my actions. I'd have a clay grab, a reed grab, a stone grab, and then 1 reno. Nope, not possible. Best I can do is get to clay house, which is doable and might be worth doing. Oh, I get another vegetable here too. Wow, I had a lot of vegetables in this game. Which is kind of fun. So I imagine we see Mercator probably plow sow here, because then he can play an occupation for another 2 points, because he'll get another 2 vegetables. Which is kind of nice. Mariskok will reno, so he'll end with that 5 from Stone House. So I'm 10 points behind him on rooms, which is unfortunate. It's a pretty big deficit to overcome. Mid-Lake I'm not threatened by. Mid-Lake just doesn't have enough points. He needed to take Writing Chamber. Okay, so Mid-Lake, if you're watching this, with what you're doing, you needed to take Writing Chamber, because Writing Chamber is so many points, because it lets you ignore grain, it lets you ignore animals. It just lets you do everything that you need to do in order to win this game. Okay, so it's possible that Mid-Lake could reno. Because I need 2 actions to be able to reno. But I think I've got to try for it, because it's too hard to win otherwise. So I'll take clay and steal another clay. So boar, I don't want to breed anymore. Sheep, I do want to breed. Cattle, I do want to breed. So if I feed myself 2 vegetables here, yeah, Midlake hurt me by turning all that clay into vegetables, but he also helped me by doing start player kind of randomly a couple times, so it probably balances out overall. He did take clay. Well, let's see what happens. Reedstone food. It might be a wasted action, but if it is, I mean, my next action wouldn't be that much worse because I don't want day labor, and if I can't Reno, then Mercator's not, Midlake wouldn't be blocking me. So the only place I lose is on Midlake Mercator's action. And Mercator probably wants to take wooden fence, I would think. At least that's what I'd be looking at in his position. Barskuk's probably doing the math right now on if blocking Reno is good for him or not. I would say probably yes, especially if he has an improvement to play. Even if he doesn't have an improvement, it's probably worth it. Because I'm the only person that's close to him in this game. No, he went on sheep. Okay. I mean, blocking me out of Reno is way better value, but I guess he doesn't know for sure if he would block me out or not. There's a chance that we're going to see Midlake do another conversion, in which case Marskak's move would be wasted. Oh, he does do it. He's saying 2 vegetables again. Oh, wait, no, that's Mercator, not Midlake. 1 bonus point for each cooking improvement you have. And he's got 2. That's fun. Midlake did Reno fence. Reno writing chamber for me, which is another, so that's a 9-point move right there. I wonder what Midlake's score will end at. Will he be above 40? It's hard to say because I think he's going to need to eat a bunch of points here. Although he only has, oh, he has 4 people, yeah. So yeah, I think he's going to need to eat a bunch of points. Like pottery, basket makers, workshop, joinery, those all go down in value so much if you're not getting the bonus points from them as well. Like, they're good if you're using them all game to feed, and then they're also 2 points. Like, that's nice, right? But in his game, for what he's doing, he has to be getting the bonus points for them as well. But he should have taken writing chamber. He should have taken writing chamber as well, and he didn't. So that just happens sometimes. Play this guy just for fun, even though I'm not going to use him. So I feed 4 and 2 veg to feed. I have room for all those animals, right? Nope, I do not. So I feed 4 2H F V 4 2H V and V2J with mandolin. like that, like that. Yeah, I didn't have room to hold another point for sheep, unfortunately. So 1 point for mandolin here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 for my writing chamber. And that should be it. I guess I could have begged one at the end. Ooh, actually, I can do that. So I do that, and then I do that, and then I do you and that. Midlake says 25. Bad strategy, I guess. Yeah. Sorry, Midlake, but yes, it was very bad. So I score whatever I score plus 9. So 44 looks like. And Maruskok, oh, I might have beat Maruskok, yeah. So 35 plus 9 is 44. Maruskok gets 40. So it's 40, 31, 25, 44 final. And I would have had so many more points if I was able to I would have had way more points if I was able to get to Stonehouse. Because yeah, then instead of converting vegetables to points, I'd be converting vegetables to food, and I would have had like 5 more points for stone, plus another 3 points for mason, which is pretty good. Pretty good. You know what? I could have kept my vegetables and eaten all my sheep. That's another option too. Because eating 4 sheep only would have taken away 2 points. And it's 8 food. So it's actually pretty close overall. But yep. Yeah, this yeah, just not particularly well played by Midlake, and I was the beneficiary to a certain degree. Maruskok needed to block my Reno. He could have. I don't know if he had a point left, but if he had, he would have won, most likely. Although he doesn't win if I get 1 more point. I only need 1 more point to beat Maruskok in that case. So, I don't know. He probably thought he was, like, I think he probably forgot about, well, he didn't know about the writing chamber, so he probably thought he was far enough ahead that it didn't matter. He could just play for his own game. But, yeah. Oh, 25, not 35 for Midlake. What did I give him? I did give him 25. I guess I should update that. So 40, 35, 25, 31, that's what it was. 25, yeah. Mercator, I need to learn to play with these decks. Nothing, no other comments really. Yeah, my draft was pretty good. I mean, I got like bookshelf, I got work certificate back, I got writing chamber back. Getting writing chamber back is really good. Really good. Should have been taken. I managed to win in spite of not getting my Mason out, so yeah, very fortunate by me. Yeah. Anyways, that's all for me. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. I'm on a bit of a streak, 3 games in a row, which is nice, considering I went a couple games without winning when I started streaming again. So yeah, that's all for me. I probably won't stream for a couple days, probably not until Saturday, most likely at the earliest. So yeah, I might stream on Saturday. We'll see. But I mean, I'll upload stuff to YouTube either way. So yeah, have a good day. See ya.